5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're missing one channel of the microphone. We'll press on regardless. Hello, welcome to another gospel reading. I'm live streaming this in order to save time. I think I've got everything ready. So today, when I was preparing this, I discovered that the book Evangelical Illustrations that I've been using misses the 6th Sunday after Epiphany. So why is it the 6th Sunday after Epiphany? This is November. We've been doing all these Sundays after Pentecost. Well, towards the end of the year, there's we sort of run out of Sundays. They've got 24, I think, after Pentecost set up. But the last one they make the last Sunday of Pentecost. And then if depending on where Easter falls, it sort of slides. You get more before Lent or less after Lent, fewer after Lent, before Lent. You can find lots of explanations about this, but anyway, we take those ones from just before Lent, which is Sundays after Epiphany, and put them in the end of the liturgical year. So this is pretty much the second last Sunday before Advent. You can call it the second last Sunday before Advent, but it's usually, we'll just call it the 6th Sunday after Epiphany. Yeah, it's a swing Sunday. And I think because it's the last of the swing Sundays, for some reason, Father Nadal overlooked it when he was making his book. It's a really quick one. It's just one of the parables. So I found this illustration from Wikipedia. It's Dutch or maybe something else. It's a Bible imprint. So you can see there's a mustard seed, tree, mustard, bird coming into the land in its branches, someone saying, "Behold the tree that grew up from a tiny, tiny little seed." So that's the general gist of the gospel today. So here we go, straight into it. We might have people walking through the background because I haven't actually told everyone that I'm live streaming. So I'll just say that so everyone knows that I'm live streaming here. Hello. Gotcha. Gospel in Latin. In illo témpore, in that time. Dixit Jesus turbis parábolam hanc. So Jesus said to the crowds this parable. Símile est regnum caelórum. So simile is like. You know, we have similes in English, like. So like is the kingdom of heaven. Caelórum is of heavens. Grano sinápis, a grain of mustard. Quod accípiens homo, that a homo, a man, accepts, takes, homo, and seminávit in agro suo, and sows in his field. So seminávit is to do with, you've heard of insemination and stuff. So semina is the seed. That's where we get other words like that from. So Símile est regnum caelórum, grano sinápis, quod accípiens homo seminávit in agro suo, quod mínimum, it's the tiniest, quidem est ómnibus semínibus, so it's the tiniest of ómnibus, all the seeds, cum autem créverit, cum is when again, sometimes it's with, but sometimes it's when, so, but when, créverit, when it grows, majus est, the greatest, est ómnibus oléribus, the greatest of all herbs. Oléribus is the herbs. Et fit arbor, arbor is a tree, so it makes it into a tree. Ita ut vólucres caeli véniant, and the birds, vólucres, caeli, of the heavens, véniant. So caelórum is of heavens and caeli is of heaven singular. So seems to vary. I don't know if there's a hard and fast rule about whether caeli or caelórum. Okay. Et hábitent in ramis ejus, and habitat is to do with living. So the birds, they live in ramus, their branches, ejus, theirs, ramus, branches. Aliam parábolam locutus est ejus. So another parable he said to them. Here's a bottle of chocolate milk that's just been brought in, and here's a message. Okay. Yes? Yep. Yeah, we're live streaming, so this is great. Okay, this is the parable, the second parable that I haven't actually practiced, so here we go. Símile est regnum caelórum fermento. So, regnum caelórum, the kingdom of heaven, is like fermento, a fermented sort of thing. Oh, does anyone want to bring the bread dough? We've got sourdough bread dough in the oven at the moment, and it's rising. So we could use that as a demonstration that I might know what I'm talking about. Okay, Símile est regnum caelórum, the kingdom of heaven is like yeast. Quod acceptum mulier is woman, abscondit en farine satis tribus. So it's like the yeast that a woman hides, absconded. If you abscond with something, you're taking it away and hiding it. In farina is flour. Satis tribus. I think in 3 measures of flour. In the, let's just check the English. 3 measures of meal here. The farina is flour. Donec fermentatum est totum, until the whole thing is fermented or risen. Haec omnia locutus est Jesus in parabolis ad turbis. Aren't you going to get the bread? Just do whatever it takes. We've only got 10 minutes. We have to go in 10 minutes. So that's why we're doing this live stream. So nothing like a bit of stress. Okay, fermentatum est totum. So the whole thing is leavened. Haec omnia locutus est Jesus in parabolis ad turbis. So this Jesus all said everything in parables to the crowds. The turbis is the crowds. So turbis, to do with crowds. Et sine parabolis non loquabanto eis. So without parables, sine is without. Non loquabanto, he didn't say anything to them. Ut impleretur quod dictum erat per prophetam dicentem. So that the prophet's word could be fulfilled. Oh, here is the bread. I can smell it. There's our bread. So it's rising a little bit. If you could see it before, but you can't. Anyway, so that's our bread. You want to put that away?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Put 1 handful of brown sugar in that, she said.
Oh, handful of brown sugar. Aren't you sweet? Okay. We'll deal with this later. So the prophets. Oh, the prophet. That's singular, isn't it? Prophetam dicentem. Aperiam in parabolis os meum. I open my mouth in a parable. Arructavo obscondita a constitutione mundi, and revealed hidden treasures of the past to the world. I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter things hidden, abscondita again, from the foundation of the world. Constitutione mundi, from the foundation of the world. Cool. So that's the gospel in English. The handwriting page. Okay. So here I pull up the handwriting page. Now this one. I've seen lots of people have been buying the book that I put up on Lulu, the Catholic's Latin Instructor, which is by a major English hymn writer, Father Edward Caswell, and it's a great book. What he does when he has the Latin and English, he rearranges the order of the Latin words so that the English words can stay in their order, because you need the word order in English to make sense, but the Latin can he shuffles it around when you've got the 2 languages together. So I was thinking maybe doing that in the future, but I didn't think to do that this time. So, what have I done? Okay, yay, okay. I'm using this graphics tablet thing and it's behaving in unexpected ways. So let's try to match these up. So Símile is like. If I trace all these words, it's going to take a while, isn't it? I might just highlight them. Where's the highlighter? There's the highlighter. Okay, est is, and the kingdom. Everyone know what kingdom is? Regnum. And heaven, of heaven, is caelórum. Grano. Let's make that green. The grano is a grain. Sinápis is of mustard. Make that yellow for mustard. Of mustard seed. Okay, screw. Cum autem. So the cum is the when. If you want to do this with coloured pencils, you can trace the words, and it'll be a nice relaxing sort of exercise to do without having to scoot out of the house in 10 minutes. Okay, créverit is when it's grown up. Majus est. So majus can be read. Greater. Is again is. Est is. Ómnibus is all, and yellow again, oléribus, herbs. There we go. Et fit arbor. Oh, make arbor a tree. Arbor is a tree, and make it green. And et is and. You can probably. I'm doing a little light blue here. Okay, let's do some more red. Vólucres is the birds. Véniant.
It's so funny.
Véniant. We'll make that pink. They come. And caeli is of the air in this translation. So, that's one that you do want to have blue, don't you? Caeli being of the air. Hábitent is the dwelling. Make that orange. Hábitent, dwell. In ramis is the branches. Ejus, thereof. So, does that give you a bit of a hint about where everything goes? et is and, so you go and et. Yeah. So that gives you an overview of how that works. So I'll put that away again. And the last bit that I added in, because we're talking about different vocabulary to do with trees, it reminded me of Comenius's book. Johannes Comenius wrote the first children's picture book, and it was written in Hungarian and Latin. So it shows how the Hungarians kind of are older than the English. So yeah, have some respect for the next Hungarians you meet. Yeah, I seem to, you meet different people and you just ran into a whole lot of Hungarians in this thing. But anyway, okay, chapter on trees from Comenius's book Orbis Pictus. So that's a link that takes you to the Project Gutenberg copy of Orbis Pictus, and hopefully it takes you straight to the trees chapter. This is a similar woodcut from another copy of Orbis Pictus, because being the oldest children's book, it's been reprinted a lot of times in woodcuts, and it's all on the Internet Archive. So that particular book was written in German and English. The link that I've got up the top there is to an German and Latin, and the link there is English and Latin. And whose idea was this to? My idea to live stream. Anyway, I'm coping. So it has the English on the left here and the Latin on the right, so you can see the italicized words match up, and it's quite easy to see how it goes. And they're written actually not just a list of just isolated nominative words, but they actually make a sentence. So a plant groweth from a seed, planta, procrescit, crescit, remember from créverit, so grows semine. Possibly it should be, it might be short for ex semine. So a plant waxeth to a shoot, fruticem, a shoot to a tree, frutex in arborem. See, it's got M on the end because of the accusative. Yeah, and you've got all this stuff. It's got ramos. Ramos is translated as boughs in this one, and the frondes is the green branches, and the leaves are the folius. And if you saw my video on rorate caeli, you saw folius falling, we have all fallen as a leaf in rorate caeli. Yeah, so I think that's all the interesting stuff. Yeah, see what you think. And I still have, hey, this one says I have 15 minutes to go before, oh no, 15 minutes to get there. I have to go now. So I'll see you next time. Yeah, I hope that explains enough, and have a good 6th Sunday after Epiphany transferred to the second last Sunday. Yeah, Advent is so close, and next week's Gospel readings is all the end of the world sort of thing, because it's right at the end of the Church's liturgical year. So have a great time.